Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of Across the Black Waters, a novel by Mulk Raj Anand. The themes of this novel is war, nationalism, cross-cultural encounters. And this novel is second in the trilogue, and this continues the story of Lallu, a peasant from North India. At the end of the first book, The Village, Lallu has joined the British Indian Army and he was escaping from being charged as a criminal for assaulting the landlord in his village. And Across the Black Waters follows Lallu as he is sent to fight in Europe in 1914 against the Germans. The title Across the Black Waters refers to the belief by Orthodox Hindus that if anyone crossed the sea, they would be thought to be polluted and therefore they will be excommunicated from their caste. It is autumn of 1914 as Lallu reaches Marcellus with his regiment. They find a similarity from India and France. They observe the poor French people living in slums and French women washing their husbands' clothes on the river banks. Like Indian wives, the French women say goodbye to their sons and husbands before they go to war, and this offers Lallu a sense of familiarity. Unlike the British rulers, the French people are not discriminating against Hindus, and Lallu observes that the French people cheer Indian soldiers with shouts of "We will Shindu." Indian soldiers are welcomed in French bars and coffee shops with no discrimination, and this lets Lallu understand the British apartheid in India. Unlike British memsahibs in India, French women are friendly, open, and respectful, and Lallu feels like home in France. One day, when his regiment is pulled back to a village behind the front lines, Lallu and his comrades go to a tavern to drink and pick up girls, but they quarrel among themselves. A brawl breaks out and they are forced to leave. Later, Lallu makes friends with a French soldier Andre and his sister Maria. Finally, there is also a brief moment of happiness when the soldiers on both sides declare an official truce on Christmas Eve and climb out of the trenches to meet each other in no man's land where they sing Christmas carols. Lallu finds the allies are not united and the British armies are discriminated between the Angrezi Sahibs and the Indian sepoys. Soon Lallu learns that the European war is much deadlier than any war the Indian soldiers ever faced. Indian soldiers are sent to war trenches to face the German soldiers. Indian soldiers are mostly bigger than the British soldiers and the trenches were tailor-made only for the British soldiers. Indian soldiers find the trenches uncomfortably small. Still, they accept the orders and they fight in this alien war. While Indian soldiers face heavy bullet fire from the opponents, they hardly have any meaningful weapons. Two elderly soldiers, Uncle Kripa and Daddy Duano, explain the war laws to Indian soldiers, which Lallu understands as the Indian law of chivalry. The British officer Owen Sahib is a kind and paternalistic man whom everybody likes. Major Peacock can speak Hindustani, but he is discriminatory against Indian soldiers and is less liked. The German guns are superior to the British ones and the British generals appear confused. Then the cold weather comes. Many soldiers get frostbite and some even freeze to death. The soldiers become emotionally numbed that they don't even complain when they are moved from one trench to another and fight another battle. The conditions of war is like living in a subaltern darkness that is likened to Hindu mythic visions of the netherworld ruled by Yama, the god of death. Lice, rats, and the bitter cold also make life miserable. Lallu loses many of his comrades, and especially a poignant death is that of Daddy Danu, a sort of father figure to him. An even greater loss is the suicide of Kripa, whom Lallu always addressed as uncle. But the most disturbing incident is the execution of a terrified sepoy by his officer. The hardship turns the young Lallu into a mature man. However, he still remains a son of an Indian farmer and a farmer himself. At the end of the novel, Lallu is captured by the German soldiers and faces extreme torture as the captive soldier. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please do write it in the comment box, like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.